Okay, so my name is Seye Oluseye. I was born in London, but I'm very much Nigerian. Grew up in Nigeria. Went to school in Togo for a bit as well, and then moved to Canada, and currently live in Toronto. I actually went to school for business, so I went to McGill, studied marketing, and I have a master's in I forget what it is now. It's a master's in management, yeah, from CAS in London. I guess I've always liked art. I just never really you know, saw it as something that I could do, professionally. Obviously, being Nigerian, my parents were never the most. They were supportive in their own way, but more as this is a hobby. These are some pencils. Go paint on Saturday, but not you want to go study art in school. I get a lot of people describing it as cubism. So I'm okay with that, but I'm thinking of it more as a raw cubism because all the lines are completely freehand. And I'm also still trying to get at something organic with the work. So yeah, I would describe it as a raw cubism. Yeah. But what inspired me, I guess, I don't know, just the energy of Lagos. There's something about being there. And I know, yes, New York is busy and it's exciting, but there's something about the energy of an African metropolis that, for me, I thrive on. And then I also wanted to dig deep into what it meant to be Yoruba, because, yeah, my family's Yoruba. I grew up in Lagos. It's probably the biggest Yoruba city in the world. But there was always sort of this, not a disconnect, but just I never could really grasp what it meant to be Yoruba. There was so much about the history that I didn't know. In terms of if I'm using actual models or having people come sit down and pose for me, I've only done that once. I like to work on photos. So sometimes I would take photos of friends, or a lot of my inspiration actually comes from Instagram. So I like that idea of, being able to pull inspiration from the people who the work is meant to reflect, if that makes sense. This is one of my favorites. It definitely took it was one of the longer ones that took longer to create, but I like it because of the complexity, and I like that. I mean, what it means to me is it's so personal, and I don't even know if I want to entirely share that. But this one in particular is really, really special to me. It is quite sad, but I think it's a reflection of what life is. It's happy moments, it's sad moments. It talks about depression. It talks about social injustice. It's saying a lot of things that is wrong in our world. Actually, all of the art training I have is from primary school. And we went to secondary school as well. So at Seye, I did take art classes because you had to. But even then, it wasn't something that I ever saw myself doing. There was always those kids who were amazing at drawing, and everyone was that's the guy who can draw. I wasn't one of those people thought of could draw. I was decent. So this piece, for instance, is my take on Ibeji. And the Yorubas believe that Ibeji twins have a mortal soul and an immortal soul that they share. So if one of the twins dies, then the mortal soul leaves with that twin, and the immortal soul continues to live on in the twin that survives. But for me, it was also a commentary on how, on brotherhood and how even just friends, how by spending so much time with someone, you kind of start to look the same. Yeah.
Thank you.